Hey guys, it's Siobhan with Ducating and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing monthly horoscope readings, and this is for Pisces, January 2020. That can apply to Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and I always recommend that you check out your other sign readings as well. So for example, if this is your Sun sign, go check out your Moon and Rising sign videos so that you get a better overall idea of the energy that's influencing you or that you're working with in January. Okay, and keep in mind that these are general readings. Not every message is going to apply to everybody. Just take what resonates with you and then leave the rest, okay? So let's just jump into it. Pisces, your current self energy is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a tarot deck that also has the mythological creatures, which I think is really cool. So this is Gremlins. Seven of Pentacles energy is Gremlins. Seven of Pentacles is like patience and continuing to tend to your work, knowing that the work that you're putting in is going to come to fruition. So just keep doing what you're doing, but be patient with the process because it does take nurturing and tending to that garden to see the growth and the fruit from your labors. But it may be a little while yet until you see that, the product of what you're working towards. But you've also got these little gremlins on your side, right? They're like fixing the wheels so that all of these wheels and cogs work together cohesively so that nothing falls apart. So they're kind of working behind the scenes for you to make sure that your machine is running effectively, right? So that all of your manifestations will come to fruition because you've got these little guys on your team helping keep everything going, which is great. So that's kind of like your spirit guides backing you up. Now you have the theme of the month being the Five of Pentacles. So again, this is looking like a career and finance theme so far, just with these two cards both being Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles is showing that you might not have the type of money that you're hoping for, that you're working towards, and the Five of Pentacles is showing that as well. So that you may feel, or you may have had an issue with lack. So there's this lack feeling, lack of abundance. You know, you're working really hard towards something, but you're not quite seeing the financial payoff or the physical results of that work or that manifestation or that intention, whatever it is. So the Five of Pentacles, traditionally, it's like this feeling of being left out in the cold, not having enough, being outcast in some way, feeling as though your needs aren't being met or that you're not able to provide for your own needs. But I love how they've decided to make this card the Shaman. So what I was talking about one of the previous readings, I think it was Capricorn. Anyway, it was really just about the shaman needing less physically because they exist at a multidimensional level. The shaman has thinned the veil between themselves and their higher self, their soul self, and so they know that they don't need physical items to feel secure or to be happy. Yes, we all need money to some extent to survive. We need to pay our bills and, you know, we need food to eat and so on and so forth. But beyond that, beyond just, you know, meeting those essential survival needs, you really don't need much more. It's the consumer society that we live in that dictates how we perceive this and how we've come to believe that we do need more. And there's constantly this lack mentality around more. Like it's never enough. It's insatiable. And so this Five of Pentacles, I feel, is coming to remind you that what you have is enough, and being grateful for what you have will bring more. And whatever you're working towards, first and foremost, continue what you're doing when you're tending to this creation of yours, whether it's a project or whether it's just continuing the work that you're doing. As you heal some of this lack mentality by being happy with what you have rather than focusing on what you don't have, you'll see this start to come to fruition more quickly. Okay, so Temperance, key goal, again, patience. So you've got two cards that really speak of patience here, and this one's a major arcana, so this is big need for patience here. And a little bit of trial and error. And don't be afraid to fail, because failing is failing forward. It's learning, it's gaining wisdom, it's knowing what not to do next time and what to do this time. So if you failed in the past when it comes to money, manifesting money, this is about learning from that experience and then shifting a little bit to try and purify your intent or purify your actions, to really be persistent in what you're doing, to not give up because you're not seeing results, right? It's about continuing what you're doing, knowing that having the patience, it's going to pay off. Yeah, okay, and next we have the obstacle to overcome. So the Seven of Swords here, represented by the cannibal. So I see this as, ooh, I just saw a little black dot over to my right hand side. So whenever I see these little black dots, it's like fear, negative thoughts, which obviously a lot of the time they're fear. So cannibal is, kind of this fear-based energy. The Seven of Swords is like betrayal, deception. It can also be self-deception, or not seeing something clearly, or telling lies, or hiding something, trying to hurt somebody else for the sake of the ego. Now, I see this, especially in the obstacle position, as overcoming self-deception. This is getting out of that sheep mentality, right? Because it's like, if you go with the sheep, if you go with the flock and you conform to what everybody else is doing, you may end up running yourself off a cliff or putting yourself into a situation that you don't want to be in, like with this cannibal here. So it's self-harm in that respect, to do what everybody else is doing just because everybody else is doing it. It's harming you in some way, and so it's not a good thing. So this is really about how you're thinking about some of these things when it comes to money and when it comes to having patience, because you may self-sabotage out of fear, not even realizing that you're doing it. So that's the obstacle. But the accomplishment is the King of Swords. So yes, where the issue is in the mind, the accomplishment is also in the mind. So it's the ability to come to these clear new understandings, to be rational about this, to continue forward with faith, with the knowledge that you have backing you up. So this King of Swords energy is I feel this very strongly to do with belief, as well as the Vikings had very strong beliefs about and that wove into every part of their culture. So belief in the gods, and belief in Valhalla, and belief in their warrior lifestyle. They were very very ready and willing to explore as well. Yeah, they did a lot of conquering too, but they did a lot of traveling. So this is kind of like allowing your mind to wander into new territory and to learn new things, so that you can have that wisdom that you need to be able to heal some of this self-sabotage, or some of these beliefs that were perpetuating this lack or impatience, right? Or imbalance of some kind. Because a lack in the physical, especially with money, it indicates an imbalance in the way that you're thinking about money or energy or yourself and your self-worth as well. So getting really clear on some of the motivating factors here can help to shift that lack and provide abundance. And then, oh yeah, perfect, you've got the World. So this is in the what to avoid position, but the World is the Ouroboros. So this is the death and rebirth cycle. This is everything coming to completion. This is the infinite nature of reality, and therefore the infinite nature of energy. And what is money? It's simply energy. It's a thought that we believe in. Money itself doesn't hold any value, especially now that we're not on the gold standard. It's literally just bits of paper, and now even more so, it's literally just numbers on a screen. So what gives money value is our belief in its value. It's our perception of it, and the fact that we believe, we've invested a lot of energy into it, and so we literally can buy physical things with an imaginary concept. And that's kind of what this whole belief shift is all about. It's about shifting or embracing this expanded awareness around the nature of money itself, not so much the money that you have in the physical, but the nature, the esoteric kind of meaning of money. Like, what is money? What are finances? And how does thought translate to the physical? That's kind of what this whole cycle is all about. And it's about freeing yourself from the limitations of the thought processes of society. This is again a big theme that's coming through for you for some reason in this reading. It's about breaking free from the status quo of the general thought consensus and being able to break free from that, to get out of that old thought pattern, to be like, oh my God, I see it now. How did I not see this before? It just makes sense. All of a sudden it's going to click. And that's what's bringing everything full circle back to completion and allowing you to manifest infinitely everything that you'll need. So what to embrace? Ooh, you've got the 8 of Wands. So this is a very fast moving energy. The Hydra. I haven't pulled this card yet, so this is new to me. The Hydra is a Greek, I don't know, demon, I guess, that Hercules fought. He cut off the heads, and where every head that he cut off would spring up like 3 more. So by the end of it, you're trying to cut off the heads and you're making it worse, right? So go to the root. It's not about cutting off the heads in this case. It's about going to the root of the issue, which is the body of the issue. And in this case, it's about the the grounded application of money and your beliefs around it. So it is at the level of mind, but it's also about how that becomes physical, which is at the level of action and at the level of material. Yeah, the material. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so embracing this quick shift in energy, because the 8 of Wands is like things are set in motion, things are moving really quickly. This cycle is coming to completion and it's happening fast. There's a lot of changes that are happening, but you don't necessarily see it. It's almost as if it's like everything's in the air, it's ready to go, it's flying, but you're like, okay, I just want it to hit the ground. It's like, but it's going so fast, it's going to happen. It's just, Knight of Swords, really, really fast. Okay, so where to find support? So embrace the fact that this is moving really quickly. And again, where to find support? You've got the Knight of Swords, which is very fast moving energy. So these are messages, this is information. This is new epiphanies and thoughts that happen really, really quickly. There is a need to sort of temper that as well. That's what they're drawing my attention to. The Knight of Swords, he can sometimes be a little overzealous, and he'll jump to a conclusion, or he'll jump into action where there needs to be a little bit of a, hold your horses for a little bit longer until the starting gate opens. Otherwise, you're going to trip up. Right? So it's about knowing when to go and when to not. Let's see what the last card is. Queen of Cups. Advice and encouragement is the Queen of Cups. So this is the Gorgon queen, Medusa. Now it's interesting because, I'm just going to go off on a little Medusa tangent right now. Medusa was actually not evil. She was cursed by a jealous goddess who was jealous of her beauty. She turned her into a Gorgon, and she was exiled, obviously, from society. She was cast out from society because she was made to look really ugly, where before she was very beautiful. And then, I don't remember who the god or demigod was that came and freaking slayed her, but they always make Medusa out to be like this freaking crazy monster, and she wasn't. She was just like this innocent victim who got cast out from society, and then this guy came and killed her. And in ancient Greece, Medusa was actually used as a symbol for battered women. So that women's shelters would have the Medusa head over their entranceway to indicate that this was a safe place for women who were being persecuted or attacked. Or victimized in any way. As I looked at the time right there, I saw 1444. So this is very important. This is kind of at the heart of the matter. funnily enough, because it started out about money and then it turned into like the mind. And now it's like, okay, but it goes even deeper than that. It's about like the societal perceptions and how that can influence whether you feel abundant and fulfilled or whether you feel cast out. Because that Five of Pentacles energy can not only apply to feeling devoid of like financial security, but it can also feel like being cast out, being an outcast. And the Queen of Cups is an outcast as well. So this is something coming full circle. Something's coming to completion. And it's very much a marriage of the mind and the heart, the emotions and thought. These two things are coming together in balance with Temperance here. She's helping to balance those two aspects to create harmony so that there isn't this feeling of not fitting in, because that feeling of not fitting in or not having enough or feeling like you need to have more to fit in is really at the root of the lack overall, and the impatience and the resistance and the self-sabotage. So that's really what the nitty-gritty of this reading is all about. And you got to get to the heart of the issue, because cutting off the little pieces is not working. Okay, so let's grab an Archangel Oracle card or two. Okay, so we have Take Back Your Power and Divine Order. So she's got the scales of balance in her hand, and that's very much what that Temperance energy is all about. I feel this is very much, again, like I just said, balancing thought and emotion around this order. Archangel Raguel says, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Yeah, so this is all divinely guided. The world really speaks of that. This is part of the process, and everything that you are experiencing right now is exactly what it needs to be. So again, that perspective alone can help you to have the patient perspective, because just knowing that it's all exactly how it's meant to be right now can take you out of needing it to be something else, of, constantly being in the future. It pulls you back into the present moment, which is where your power lies. And that's what they're saying here with Take Back Your Power. So this is Archangel Raziel, and he says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. And you can't do that if you're constantly stuck in the future or the past. You have to pull your consciousness back into the now moment, bringing balance to the emotions and thought, using those two together like a laser beam, concentrating them into manifesting what you want. And it's not always what you want that you get. It's sometimes it's what you need. And it may not be what the conceptual, like societal basis of success looks like, but it is success nonetheless. Okay, Pisces, that is your reading. I really hope that you resonated and that you have a very happy January, new year, and moving forward into this new decade. If you would like additional guidance or any spiritual counseling or healing, please reach out to me. All of the information is in the description box below the video. If you just hit the little show more button or the little inverted triangle, you'll get a drop-down list of all of my services, my offerings, as well as how to contact me and to book a reading or a session. I've got lots of different options there. And if you resonated with the reading, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to the channel if you want to stick around and see more. I do these horoscope readings every month, as well as energy updates for the collective ascension of humanity and the general spiritual chit-chats, Q&As, that kind of thing. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, just patience through this process, okay? I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.